Hello there, and welcome to the Time Film Podcast, where we talk film, TV, games, and all that jazz like there's no tomorrow. My name is Tom, and as always, I'm joined with my co-host John. John, how you doing
Hello
today?
there.
General
I'm doing great.
Kenobi.
Ah, you're a cold one.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm doing great. Just woke up on this. I was about to say sunny morning, but it's
it's
cloudy.
great.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a great morning to wake up to do this podcast. And there's a spider on my windows. So if anyone is like wondering that I'm panicking, uh, or
It's just
just
you're just profusely sweating, like just
or
seeing the
like
spider get ever closer.
or sound that I'm it sounded like I'm being held hostage. So yeah, so
There's actually a
yeah,
spider in
there's a
my
spider.
room. There was a spider in my
Yeah.
room yesterday, and because there's a lot of cobwebs, and I was cleaning the cobwebs up with a toy lightsaber, right? One of
Oh,
my old lightsabers, and then the spider got on the lightsaber and started to run towards me. It was terrifying.
oh God, that
I was
sounds
a,
like
I was attacked.
you were
I
attacked.
was attacked.
Uh I mean, if you go near the spider, wait. Do you no, I was thinking that spiders, if you get bitten by a spider,
Am
do
I
you die?
Spider-Man? Yes, I am. I can confirm I
What
am
what?
Spider-Man. Well,
Bro.
spiders in England don't really bite or have
Oh.
poison, so I think we'll be all right. Unless it's a
Other
tarantula.
countries. Yeah, other countries as well,
Yeah.
like Black Widow. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So this week we're going to be talking about our favorite comic book film, live action comic book film and TV costumes, kind of coming off like the whole Falcon and Winter Soldier amazing Captain America suit.
Oof,
And we're
yeah.
also going to be talking about Bad Batch episode 3 and, news and viewing as always. So, skip around in the time codes, as usual.
Yes. Jump
I'll
around.
jump around like a spider. Oh my God, it comes full circle.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm going to start us off with a Venom trailer for Venom Let There Be Carnage, the first trailer for
That'd be
the
Carnage.
for the sequel to the 2018 film. What did you think of this trailer?
I have mixed feelings about this trailer.
Yeah.
Yes. So, okay, at the start, we have Venom singing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. just
Singing and
just
making like breakfast. And
yeah.
I like seeing that kind of like, how does Eddie kind of live with Venom? Like there was a kind of a little bit of that in the first film where they were kind of struggling to bond with each other, and then kind of when that starts, you get a little bit of a glimpse into that. But I think it's a really interesting opportunity to see, what's it like to have a symbiote constantly like in your brain, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting because also but like with the singing and making breakfast, like Venom has been with Eddie Brock for years maybe,
Mm.
and like maybe Venom has developed some manners from Eddie, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I feel like they'll both be kind of like complementing and hindering their lives. But I think obviously the main kind of um draw from this trailer is seeing Cletus Cassidy, aka Carnage, aka Woody Harrelson. So like first of all, what do you think of Carnage's design?
I gotta say, Carnage design looks great. The CGI, it looks very scary, but
Mm,
I've read the comics. Right, so there was one comic called Deadpool versus Carnage,
mm,
and Carnage in that one was totally scary.
mm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I go on.
with that one, like it's gonna be, is it gonna be R rated?
Yeah, I assume so. The first film was, so I don't see why the second one wouldn't be.
Yeah, I hope it's gonna be like I want him. I want like Carnage to be that scary because like to be brutal, and be more brutal than Venom. So
Mm.
yeah.
Well, I definitely
So
agree that he looks scary and he has that kind of like the CGI it looks pretty good. It doesn't exactly look like the what I would have imagined. I feel like from the one shot we kind of saw of Carnage, there isn't enough yet to distinguish him from Venom. It does just look like Red Venom, and I feel like in the comics he has a bit more of his own kind of flair and a different kind of design. And I'm worried that he won't look enough, like there won't be enough difference, because I'd certainly feel in the first film with, I think the villain was Spawn, is that right? I don't remember. I think,
Spawn.
yeah, in the first film, was that the villain?
Sp-
Am I, is
uh,
that right?
I'm sorry, you kind of got me there. Like Spawn, I'm like the hero is Spawn or like the other
Yeah,
character Spawn.
there's definitely wait, let me, Venom villain,
I don't think it's Spawn.
Carnage. Who's the other villain? Ah, um,
He was played by Rizam,
yeah,
right?
he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. Spawn. I'm sorry, that just made.
Carlton Drake, and
Oh,
oh my God, just tell me who he is. Internet, God damn you. But yeah, like I think there was definitely a problem with that first villain, was basically just, you know, like bad Venom.
Yeah. I mean, Riz Ahmed is a great actor.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. But the character, it's a
Riot,
bit.
Riot,
Oh, Riot. Right,
not
I remember
Spawn.
now.
It's Riot.
Spawn. Okay.
Spawn is
Right.
definitely someone.
So yeah. But the character itself is just boring in this film. I mean,
Definitely.
it didn't really have a massive impact to the whole thing, to Eddie Brock or something, to the other characters, but and the character itself didn't really bring high stakes. It was just like, aha, yes, now I have symbiote powers, and
Yeah, I did appreciate how short the final fight was. We'll do an episode on Venom, but I think I just don't want it to be just another Venom. However, I don't know if you saw the Funko Pops
oh, the
that
Funko
they
Pops.
released, that they
Oh
revealed.
God, the spider has moved.
Oh no,
Uh,
oh no. This is going to be the best part of this episode, just the spider getting closer and closer to John. But the Funko Pops for this, I'll put it on screen now.
oh wow,
The
I can't even see it, but wow.
editing, the Funko Pops, like they look like, for Carnage, he looks so much more than, like, so much better than he does in the brief glimpse we've had of him. So I am optimistic that he will look like he does in the comics, and properly distinguish himself from Venom with that, like, amazing red.
Yeah, and we have Woody Harrelson in
We
this
do.
film as well. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited because Woody Harrelson is a great actor,
He
and
is.
I'm hoping that they really thought about the villain, because as you said, about we just talked about the villain, and to be
Spawn or
be
Riot.
sport. Yeah, I'm just hoping that the villain won't be too like, ha
Yeah, I
master.
agree. I think I'm just glad that he doesn't have that really weird wig. For the wig that he wears at the end of Venom in the post-credit scene.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
that was odd. But yeah, and I think it is interesting because Andy Serkis, who obviously is directing this film, did kind of speak on the fact that, the Sony are now kind of developing the SPUMC, the Sony Pictures Universe of Marvel characters. And in the Morbius trailer, of course, had Adrian Toomes, Vulture, Michael Keaton in it, kind of alluding to the fact that this could be set in the MCU verse. But according to Andy Serkis, this isn't the case. Andy Serkis said the Venom story is his own world. There are nods and little moments, of course, but on the whole, he's unaware. So, and maybe this could be like a little bit of like a red herring, but I think it's likely that the Venom stuff won't deal with any kind of MCU Spider-Man stuff.
Right. Yeah. And this is really interesting to hear about, like how Andy Serkis to be the director of Let There Be Carnage. So yeah.
Have you watched Andy
I
Serkis's first film?
yeah, I'm pretty interested to see, but Andy Serkis is a great actor.
It's just totally
Oh,
blanked me there.
the spider is now uh still far away, but
The spider is now on your face. Have you seen Andy Serkis's first film, Mowgli?
No.
No, yeah, I hear it's all right. But obviously
Oh.
they just did Jungle Book like 5 years ago.
Oh, wait. Yeah, there's so there was like a surge of like Jungle Books like story.
There's like two or three in like the span of like a couple of years.
Yeah, and yeah, that's just crazy. Everyone's like, "Oh, let's go on the train to do Jungle Book movies." I
Mm.
remember like so one was the Disney one,
Yeah,
and then
that
there was
was
the
like the
other one.
first. That was like the first Disney kind of live action remake. One of the first. They kind
Yeah.
of did like Cinderella and Jungle Book to test the waters, and then they went all in.
Oh yeah. I mean, they did it good. Yeah. I mean, with that Jungle Book, I mean, they didn't do too anything, but Bill Murray was Baloo. Baloo?
He was blue, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Just almost forgot her name. The spider is now on the window.
Uh-oh. The spider's definitely going to eat John's face at some point. Okay, so our next piece of news is another trailer for The Green Knight.
The
So this is
Green Knight.
kind of like a an adaptation of an old kind of like tale. But
An old
this I don't know anything about this tale. I know like vaguely it's one of the Knights of the Round Table, I think, and it's like,
yeah,
and so this is a Dev Patel film. Uh, and it looks so cool, man. Like
yeah.
it looks to
It,
be
it
taking this kind of like Arthurian like tale into like the realm of like fantasy and like loads of really cool like elements. What do you think?
it looks the cinematography looks amazing. Like
Mm,
there was one bit that I really love seeing was like the giants, like him walking. You can see the giants, and it just looked
yeah.
like out of like some Norse mythology.
Mm,
Yeah, or any of the mythologies, but yeah, especially that one because this is going to be really interesting to watch, even though I have no context of like the Arthur stories by
yeah.
King Arthur. Yeah,
Yeah, no, me
uh,
neither. But I agree. It looks like it's gonna have this kind of huge sweeping scope. The villain looks really interesting, like some sort of wood creature. Very much, he kind of reminded me of the wood aliens in Doctor Who. The
oh
Doctor, the Widow, and the
yeah,
Wardrobe. Yeah, it
yeah,
gave me that kind
yeah.
of vibe.
Oh
I really like that stuff. I think it's really interesting.
yeah. Um, yeah. So and who's the actor? Who's the actor? I
Dev
forgot his name.
Patel, he's in like he's been tons of stuff. He was in like
He has.
Skins and Avatar: Last Airbender.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
probably what was
Yeah.
that? Did he was he in Lion or something?
Oh yeah, Lion.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was the
yeah.
film where he had to find his home place. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He had to like go
Yeah.
find his. I remember seeing the trailer for it, but I don't think I saw it back when it came
Yeah.
out.
My mom watched it and she said, "Oh, that's a great film."
Oh, good.
Um. Yeah. Yeah.
Gets
Yeah.
John's mum's seal of approval.
Hey.
Hey.
Uh. Yeah. So and there's I mean it's going to be interesting to see like how the other characters like we know from the round table
Mm,
like Galahad, Merlin,
mm.
or um I don't know. That's the two I know so far. Um,
Well, the only thing that I've really like seen of that kind of stuff, I'm like, there's many kind of adaptations, but the one that sticks out in mind is Merlin, the BBC TV show from like a few years ago, which loved that show. But like this seems to have so much more kind of like, it seems to be leaning on the weird and has so much more kind of artistic flair from by the looks of it. Not that Merlin didn't, but it was definitely a bit more by the numbers, I would say.
yeah.
Did you ever watch Merlin?
No,
Oh man.
actually, I watched a couple few episodes, but I don't know why I couldn't get into it. But
No, I know what you mean. I watched them when I was younger, and then I kind of came back to it because I was recommended it. It's good. I wasn't that happy about the ending though. Like too many
oh
TV shows, the ending did disappoint me.
oh God, no! Is it
Yeah.
is it is it like Game of Thrones ending?
I don't know. I haven't seen Game of Thrones, but
I haven't seen it
I don't think
either,
it's
but
that bad. From the sounds of it, I don't think it's that bad. Because Game of Thrones apparently is like abysmal.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well, There we go.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm excited
Yeah,
to see it.
definitely. That it looks awesome. So our next piece of news is actually a He-Man related piece of news. John, did you
Oh
ever
yeah.
watch He-Man?
No, but I've watched.
Well,
Well, I know the TV show itself, but like seeing the animation is cool. Mark Hamill voiced Skeletor.
yeah,
Um, yeah, so I know about that. But seeing the trailer for He-Man, oof, that looks really cool.
right. So He-Man like it's like I think it's like the 80s or something, and absolutely amazing show. I used to love it. Obviously, I don't know how well it holds up now, but like it's an absolute banger. I loved it, and now we are getting Masters of the Universe Revelation, which is a Kevin Smith. I think he's writing it. It is an animated show that I'll read the synopsis, shall I?
Yeah.
So the war for Eternia culminates in Masters of the Universe Revelation, an innovative and action-packed animated series that picks up where the iconic characters left off decades ago. After a cataclysmic battle between He-Man and Skeletor, Eternia is fractured and the Guardians of Grayskull are scattered. And after decades of secrets tore them apart, it's up to Teela to reunite the broken band of heroes and solve the mystery of the missing Sword of Power in a race against time to restore Eternia and prevent the end of the universe. So it very much seems like it's almost like a sequel to the original show. It's not like a continuation, but it is kind of like it's set kind of like further along the lines. And they did release loads of new images of like. So did you happen to see these images?
Yeah. The animation, like the art of it looks really cool.
It looks amazing. So this is like for so long have I wanted to see a really really cool like version of He-Man, and as you said, you know, it looks like there's going to be some great talent behind it. Mark Hamill and
Yeah.
other great like animated or voice actors, not animated people. But that just gets me so excited because I love He-Man. And loved the original show. We'll definitely be covering that on the pod whenever it comes out. The first part, we'll definitely talk about that because oh boy, my childhood.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
so go
yeah,
on.
that's it. Yeah. That's it for He-Man. It looks great.
It's like me being like, oh my god, my childhood, and you being like, there is a man riding a cat. Why? Just no context, just seeing like
Yeah.
there's
I
a
mean,
man and
it's
a
a show.
skeleton.
It's a show.
It is definitely a
So
show. That is true.
yeah.
I cannot argue with you there. Next we have a whole load of casting news. Um,
Nah.
I'm sorry, John, but just stick with
Why
me here.
casting
Stick with
news?
me. We got 4 pieces of casting news for Knives Out 2. So Knives Out
I
2,
mean,
the
okay.
roster now includes Dave Bautista, Edward Norton, Janelle Monáe, and Catherine Hahn. So
Oh
you got it.
no.
You got 3 MCU alumni there. Load of great actors. If you kind of put aside the writing, they're all great actors. And this obviously joins Daniel Craig. So what are you thinking?
Okay, great cast. Great.
Mm.
It looks great. I can tell there's going to be
It's
reference like it's going to be
Agatha.
Catherine Hahn. It's going to
Yeah,
be Catherine Hahn.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and it, Edward Norton's in it as well.
he
So
is. I love
I
Edward
haven't
Norton.
seen him. I haven't seen him on the screen for years, actually. So
Yeah, I can't remember the last thing I saw him in was.
the only thing I can remember was the Grand Budapest.
Yes, he was in that. He was in Isle of Dogs as well. He's always in Wes Anderson stuff. He's been in quite a few of those. He was in Moonrise Kingdom and Fantastic Mr. Fox as well.
Yeah.
I think that I mean I always thought he was pretty good as Bruce Banner in The Incredible Hulk. But I think that Edward Norton, that's good casting. I mean, my thing about the first Knives Out is that I would have loved to see more from the cast. I feel like
Yeah.
it became just kind of like the Anna de Armas, Daniel Craig, and Chris Evans kind of thing, and it was just all about them. And I really enjoyed them in the film, but I would have loved to see some of the more like kind of wild performances, from like Tony Collette and such, and the whole family kind of thing. So I wonder where this is all going, like what kind of setup are we going to see? What is it going to be, another family unit, or is it going to just be like different people brought together, strangers? I'm intrigued to see how that goes.
Yeah, yeah. I'm interested to see. Is it going to be family or is it going to be something else? But I'm hoping it's something else
It's
because
all family, John. It's all about family.
family. Oh, we're going to be watching that soon. We're going to be watching.
We are.
Yeah.
Cinemas are opening again in the UK on Wednesday. So I'm really excited and there's not really much out like straight away, but I'm excited to go back.
Yeah. Yeah. After I've done my assessments and mocks,
Yeah.
um,
I've just
I'm
finished my
ready.
A levels, for those of you who don't know. So I'm a free bird. I'm
He's a
very
free
alone
bird.
in this world.
Yeah, for many months now. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm excited to go to cinemas. So after I've just done my stuff, I'm just gonna go watch every film apart from Peter Rabbit. Let's go. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna watch just Peter Rabbit, like just Peter Rabbit on its own, like on repeat. Like
On
just go watch
repeat.
Peter Rabbit and then come out and be like, okay, when's the next showing of Peter Rabbit? And just single-handedly the whole box office of Peter Rabbit is just me.
Just like you just going, oh, can I have the next ticket for Peter Rabbit?
Hell yeah.
Please.
I just go in with like I
Please.
just eat carrots in the cinema. Just be like, I can be a rabbit too.
Ah.
We're gonna have to do an episode on Peter Rabbit, okay? Stay tuned, everyone.
Yeah,
Next
yeah.
week, instead of doing Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, we're gonna do Peter Rabbit 2.
No.
A
Wait,
true masterpiece.
what day is Zack Snyder's
Friday.
Oh, I see.
Oh, yeah, it's very nice.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Thursday,
it's
right?
good.
Did you say Thursday?
Friday. Yeah, Friday
Friday.
the
Let's
21st, I'm pretty sure.
go.
Let me
Let's
check.
go.
Let me check. Ooh, yeah, Friday.
Ooh,
So
yes,
along with
yes.
the next episode of the Bad Batch and such. So speaking of the Bad Batch, shall we get on to the Bad Batch then?
Did the Bad Batch? Let's talk about the Bad Batch. Let's
Talk
talk
about the
about
Bad Batch.
the Bad Batch. The Bad Batch. This week was interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, I definitely think there was one. So I guess if you kind of split, I mean, first of all, spoilers. So if you're not watching the Bad Batch at the moment, get to it.
Get out!
Over.
Get out!
Get
wait,
to Disney.
Wait,
Get to Disney.
I'm sorry. Can I just stop here? I'm sorry. Nickelodeon announces Avatar, and there's going to be Avatar and SpongeBob podcast. Tom, they're taking over us. Tom,
no. How will we ever be able to grow as a podcast if there's an Avatar part? Wait, what? Like Avatar is in like the Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're gonna take us out.
Good. Have you seen Last Airbender?
I've seen a few episodes, but
good.
Secret Tunnel.
Amazing.
Yes. Secret Tunnel.
Secret Tunnel.
Secret Tunnel.
So yeah, yes. Everyone who has watched The Bad Batch, hello, welcome. Spoilers, of course.
Spoilers.
No, it was this episode. There was definitely one half that I thought was good, like it was fine, and then there was another half that I was like, hello, this is awesome. This is my jam. I want more of this. You know what I mean?
And there was like something that very surprising as well. In this episode, okay, so there's this squad, the elite squad, and I was surprised that these were the characters from Battlefront 2, the campaign.
No, they're not.
Are they?
I want to
exactly like it.
People are saying that they are, but they're too old. They're too old. I was literally just watching a video about it, and okay, so they're not, but I think it's interesting.
My dreams are ruined.
I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry. Don't leave. I'm sorry. It's interesting because this elite squad could be the template for Inferno Squad from Battlefront 2 or the Death Troopers from Rogue One. You know, Like, I think it makes sense that these guys are the first kind of elite squad, and then it goes to the Death Troopers, that we see in Rogue One and Star Wars Rebels. I think that'd be really interesting.
Yes. I'm just
Sorry, I think I broke. I think I broke John.
I was about to say, yeah, Tom, I know how you feel when you see returning characters, but
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
okay, just carry on. Just carry on. I was about to give an episode high rating, but
11
but
out
anyway,
of 10. Now it's a
I love
0 out of
that.
10.
Uh,
Honestly, the thing is that this like whole Crosshair story was so interesting. You've got again the Empire trying to replace the clones, these kind of new like troopers not trusting Crosshair, and Crosshair going deeper into this. Like you see, it's very much like the Winter Soldier when you first see him. They are kind of like, he's in the thing, they're scanning him again and making him like even more kind of the perfect soldier. And you see throughout that he's going deeper into, he's just firing on unarmed civilians, even though, and I didn't expect this, but even though one of the elite squad were very much like, oh no, I'm not just going to shoot up on innocent civilians, and then Crosshair just kills them and is like, well, good soldiers follow orders. It's scary.
yeah. Wow. Uh, so I there was like more to explore about like Omega trying to be like Hunter,
Yeah,
like trying to find that energy, that capacitor. Yeah, that capacitor.
the
Uh,
capacitor.
is it capacitor? Because
Well, I
I
mean, yeah, I didn't use capacitor as a capacitor.
a capacitor. Anyway, finding that from the Beast. I forgot the name of the Beast.
Beast. Hello,
Beast,
Beast.
Beast, come on, Beast.
And I said,
Oh,
get off my balls, Beast.
yeah, the spider's gone.
Oh, is it in your mouth?
No.
Oh no.
Oh
I
no.
was in about like half an hour, we're just gonna hear John scream because the spider has just crawled into your brain.
Oh God, I don't want to imagine that. Oh, okay. Right. I'll
I
keep a
there's
lookout.
an If only you'd seen the episode. There's an episode of the Clone Wars in season 2 called Brain Invaders, where these like space parasites go inside the clones' brains and start to like possess them.
Oh.
Content. Good.
Why would you have to ruin my day for that? Okay. Right. Okay.
It'd be a lot more ruined if you actually saw it. It's pretty. Like, as a kid, I was like, "This is terrifying."
Oh God.
Yeah, you definitely see Omega kind of try and step up and be this kind of part of the crew and be competent. And I
Yes.
think again, her character really sets it apart from the relationship between Din and Grogu in The Mandalorian. However, again, this episode, the Bad Batch kind of the main plot with them fixing the ship, that was very bad. That was very Mandalorian. That was very like chapter 10, where they crash on the ice planet and Din's trying to fix the ship, and then they encounter all the spiders.
Yes. Yeah. That kind of. Yeah. That does. Yeah. That sounds really familiar. So, similar to Mandalorian. So, I'm wondering, are they going to go on the Mandalorian path, or is it just going to be, interesting to
I
see?
think I think there is enough. There's enough there, and I think that's evident through I like definitely my favorite part of the show is the Empire immediately taking control. The chain codes, the clones, the stuff with the Kaminoans. The Empire are kind of leaving them behind, and the Kaminoans seem to have some sort of backup plan in Omega or in something else, and that's definitely where I'm kind of sitting. That's my favorite stuff of the show at the moment. It's that's really sets it apart, and that's the interesting stuff. I think the other stuff is good, and I like the characters, but I'm not quite as invested.
Yeah, I felt like it was a bit. It was tiny bit empty, but there was a lot of stuff to go through. I mean, like when one of the elite squad member was like, "No, can we not kill these civilians?" And then Crosser was like, "Excuse me, what?" And then just shoots him.
Okay, you need to voice Crosshair. Just imagine if Crosshair was like, "Excuse me."
No. Just doing a meme, but yeah, just excuse me, or like, pardon me, sir. Did you say something? Or just
Good soldiers follow orders.
good soldiers follow orders. Let me
God,
just get
those
my let me just get my my bang bang shooty shooty, and then I shoot it in
yeah, that's
your
right. Use the technical terms. Bang bang shooty shooty.
and then I'll shoot it in your abdominal chest region. Yes.
What the chest region? What's it called? I can never remember.
The breastplate.
The breastplate.
Yeah.
It's I think obviously in the Clone Wars they already used the whole, the line "good soldiers follow orders." That was already a pretty terrifying line. The whole concept of that was pretty much like, oh fudge.
Soldiers follow orders.
But this is like they're taking it like to like new and like terrifying levels, and all I want, what was very interesting is that Wrecker bangs his head, right?
Yes.
When they crash, and then the whole episode's like, "Ow, my head hurts." He's rubbing exactly where his chip is. Like, what if Wrecker's chip starts to activate? Like, imagine Wrecker just like barreling through everyone. That'd be terrifying,
Oh no!
Like Wrecker is this mindless soldier who has like more strength than probably all the other Bad Batch members put together. Like, just bench presses a gonk droid, like it's pretty terrifying.
Yeah, I can tell by the end of the season, all of them are going to be turned, and then
Ooh, do you
apart from
think?
Hunter,
Ooh,
apart from Hunter,
that would be pretty interesting.
yeah, and Hunter and Omega has to find a way to do something. And
Well, here's the thing: in Star Wars Legends, right? They there was a clone uprising after the events of Revenge of the Sith because the Empire wanted to get rid of the clones and implement stormtroopers. So my thought is, are they going to be building towards a clone uprising? Because you see in this episode with the two Kaminoans whose names I always forget, Lamassu and don't know the other one's name, but they're talking about we can't let this happen. We've got to ensure our own safety, and it makes you think. You don't really see any Kaminoans after revenge after the Clone Wars. It's all yeah. Like think about in the Mandalorian. It's not Kaminoans trying to clone people. It's just regular humans. So I'm wondering to myself, and I think I've heard other people say this as well. Does this mean that the Kaminoans are going to rebel against the Empire and the clones will have what if they say execute order 99 or something? I've heard, so this is a theory that was come up by Star Wars Explained on YouTube, and he was talking about if they had another order, whether it be order 70, 68, which means that the clones turn on the Empire. That would be really interesting, I think.
I thought you were about to say Order 66. I was like,
execute Order 66. I'm not over it. I've still not got over it. It's been years, and it's like, that's still one of the most gut-wrenching scenes in all of Star Wars. It's very difficult, man.
Yeah, it's like having PTSD. No, it's not. But just seeing
it's Star Wars PTSD.
Star Wars PTSD.
Wait,
there we go. Yeah.
It's PTSTD. Wait, no.
Oh.
I just wanted to get the Star Wars in there. Oh, it's not STSW. It says PTSWD, post-traumatic Star Wars disorder, right?
That sounds. Oh god, that sounds like something you find in a weird server. Just about Star Wars.
I've got PTSWD. Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, Order 66. You just cannot forget about it because it's just that traumatic.
Order 66. Never forget.
Never forget Order 66, bro. So, how many people died in the Order 66?
Like I think it's like 300 Jedi left. So I would say somewhere in the late 200s because a fair handful of them survived.
Okay.
Um,
How many people died
oh, he's
in
googling it.
Order 66? Oh, apparently, less than 100 Jedi surviving it.
Okay,
So,
how many Jedi were there? A
oh,
lot. Oh,
oh my God.
oh, is it a big number?
Yes.
Oh, what is it?
If we count Order 66, then we have a rough estimate of 9,800.
What? What? That doesn't. That's
100 and
mad.
100 and 200 surviving. Most of the surviving Jedi were killed within the next few years. These
Yeah.
estimates, if the Jedi were 10,000 strong on the evening of Order 66,
Oh
that
my God. That's intense. There's so many opportunities for so many characters in the future, like there's loads of people you could see go.
oh my God, I didn't know how catastrophic it was.
That's
I
mad.
thought it was just like a few hundred Jedi's, but
No, John, it's
9,000.
everyone. It's all of us. The
Oh,
whole Grand Army of the
oh,
Republic.
can someone put like a Dragon Ball Z? Like there was one character going, "It's over 9,000."
Oh, good. Oh, good. But yeah, so it seems that obviously last week we had Cutler Quain, and this week we didn't really have any kind of like major returning characters. I wonder if it's going to take a similar approach to Mandalorian season 2, where every other episode is going to have some sort of cameo. If so, what do you think we're looking at next week? Do you think we'll see Rex, Fennec Shand? What are you kind of hoping for?
Hoping for Rex.
Yeah, I'd love to see Rex.
Yes.
Honestly, I just want to see more of Crosshair and that side of the conflict.
Yeah.
That
Crosshair.
sounds interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So that'll be really. Yeah. Yeah. I want to see how Hunter's like Crosshair. No, I can't do the accent. I'm sorry. Oh,
Crosshair.
Crosshair.
I can do the
really.
regular. I can. It's much easier, I think, to do the regular accent than doing like the Bad Batch because they're also different.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
like.
oh, come on.
Crosshair, come over here now. We don't want any more casualties.
We don't leave any brothers behind.
No.
So, in the end, we've got. I think we gave episode 1 like an 8, episode 2
Yeah.
like a 7. What are we giving episode 3? What would you say?
I don't know. Okay, I'll give it 7.
Yeah, I agree. I'll go for a happy 7.
Yes.
It doesn't quite compel me as much as The Mandalorian did, but it's still great, Like I feel like every week for The Mandalorian, like I felt a lot more like I was getting so much more kind of philosophical questions about The Mandalorians answered. I was getting a lot more like, yeah, no, this is really interesting. Whereas for I think I'm getting a sore throat. But whereas for the Bad Batch, I'm sitting there and I'm being like, okay, there's a lot of this that I like, but there's a lot that I'm craving,
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully the next few episodes, because the Bad Batch is gonna dominate until August. So
Well, not even then, big yeah, I mean, because at least I mean we got Loki in a few weeks.
and wait, wasn't there another show that was going to be adding to Disney Plus? I don't know. It was.
Wait, like another Star Wars one?
I don't know. I forgot what it was.
Oh, I know.
But
Is it High School Musical, the musical, the series, season 2?
I didn't know that. I didn't know. No, I was thinking of
That's
something else.
I unapologetically love that show. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, you're kidding me.
It's a
Really?
good show.
Oh
It's
my
so
God.
much fun.
I look. I saw it. Look, no. I didn't really watch it, but when I saw it like advertising on Disney Plus, like, who's gonna watch this?
Okay, John. You gotta understand. I love High School Musical, and this was a no-brainer, and I really enjoyed it. and I'm enjoying season 2.
Oh wow.
I will never apologize.
Oh God.
One
You're
day I'll make
actually
you
being
one.
serious.
One day I'll make you watch it for the podcast, John.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Right. Well, okay.
Right.
Moving on.
Shall we
Moving on.
move on to the
Yeah.
best live action
We move
comic book costumes?
Right.
Number 5, High School Musical, the musical, the series.
Oh God. Nah.
Yes.
No.
So,
Right.
we're talking about the best live action comic book costumes. Each of us have a top 5 list. Just to clarify, this is, every, comic book film that is, Marvel, DC, and otherwise, but not animation, because obviously that would be a little bit cheating, and all of my list would just be Spider-Verse, 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 Spider-Verse. So I'll let you start off. For your give me a number 5.
Okay, so this has been a really, really hard list. I was just like scouring through all the costumes I could find.
No.
Just like I have this massive film Bible. It's like going through that, like see the best comic book costumes. I didn't go through that, but it's just like going on the internet finding stuff. But I've got a list.
He's got a list, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, so on number 5, I have Superman, the DCEU comic book.
Now, to clarify, are we talking the Man of Steel suit, the Batman v Superman suit, the Justice League suit, or Zack Snyder's Justice League suit?
Okay, just Man of Steel.
Okay, Man of Steel.
Yes. Let me tell you, there's really cool details on that suit. If you didn't know, like if you have have a look on the there's a very small pattern, and that's Kryptonian, I believe. If you look
on the symbol of the House of L.
Yes, I think so. Yes, and I really love like the style of it is like it's a lot more darker, the style, but it's a bit more broader to Superman, oh, what does the symbol mean? It's like hope. Well, it means S, but yes. So
it feels like it's a space. It's what an alien would wear.
Yeah, it's expanded like upon the idea of Superman. So
go on.
To be more realistic to it. So yeah,
definitely. In the original Superman, and don't get me wrong, the suit in that is like so iconic, but it is just like a tight suit, whereas this is like, I imagine like when the doors in the Kryptonian ship open and you can see the suit, it makes sense to me that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That makes total sense.
It has like a strong presence as well, so I really like that. So
definitely, they use it really well in the story. Like he doesn't just kind of like. Again, I don't want to just compare to the original Superman film, but in that film, the suit is he just wears it like it doesn't hold any weight other than him like showing himself as Superman for the first time. Instead, it's like him standing proud and tall in front of the human race for the first time, especially when he he reveals himself to the world.
Yeah,
I love that suit. I think I probably prefer the Batman v Superman one. I think I like it's a little bit brighter, which I do like, but I love the Man of Steel one too.
Yeah, but the one I just really like seeing. So yeah, I feel like that has better. I don't know. That's just the first thing that came to my mind. So yeah, right. What's your number 5, Tom?
My number 5. I've kind of cheated. Okay. So mine is
not this again.
Whoa, you're making out like I'm always cheating. My number 5
you gotta think carefully.
is Wolverine from the Wolverine alternate ending. Right now, have you seen the alternate ending to the Wolverine?
No.
Oh my God! Google it right now and just look at the image. So, for those of
Right.
you who don't know, at the end of the Wolverine, Logan goes with Yukio off on a plane, and in the alternate ending, she hands him a suitcase, and
Oh
in
wait,
this
wait,
suitcase,
wait, 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 wait. Is it the suits?
yes, of course, it's
Yeah,
the
I've seen
suit,
that.
John. That's what the episode's about. What else are we going to talk about? She hands him a
No, 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 no,
suitcase, and
no, no.
inside the suitcase is a
No.
very nice sandwich.
Yeah, I've seen that ending.
Right, okay, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And in the suit is the Wolverine suit from the comics,
Oh.
and I just want to say after at this point there had been 5 X-Men films, and all of them had Wolverine in it, and 4 of them had predominantly featured Wolverine. And he had his jacket, he had his his tank top, and he had like his black leather kind of like original X-Men kind of thing. But we never got to see the proper, comic book, cowl, like yellow and like brown suit. And that suit is so beautiful. Like in the comics, it looks great. And I pray that when the MCU do some amazing costumes, and I pray that when the MCU does Wolverine, it does this costume. I know that Hugh Jackman never puts it on, and I know that it's kind of cheating for me to kind of show this, but by God, I think it looks great. It has that kind of plated armory look, and I love it when comic book properties take the simplistic spandex that you see in the comics, and they make it a little bit more modern, but they still keep those colors. And I think the colors look absolutely amazing. I can only imagine. I feel like I'm salivating just thinking of like seeing Wolverine with that amazing cowl on. Like it might look wacky and ridiculous, but I think other superhero films have proven costumes can look wacky and ridiculous, and they can also look amazing, you know?
Yeah.
Like so like and especially after all the other suits in the X-Men films, especially the original X-Men trilogy, they were so scared to do, like the proper like X-Men suits, and they still were, like I think like the best X-Men suits were like the final scene of Apocalypse, and then they literally just ditched them in Dark Phoenix. It was really upsetting in my opinion. And the first class suits and like some of the Days of Past ones, they tried to do like some like comic book stuff, but I feel like they could have really gone for it, and that would have been amazing in my opinion. um but yeah, Wolverine suit, amazing. What's your number 4?
My number 4. So now this is gonna be sound surprising, but my number 4 is the Black Panther suit in the MCU.
Which one?
Wait, wait, but there's one. There's
there's,
one. The
there's
MCU.
two there's two.
Two. What
He's
do you
got
mean there's two.
Oh, I can tell you've done your research here. He wears one in Civil War and then one in Black Panther, Infinity War, and Endgame.
But it looks the same.
No, it doesn't. It looks so different.
Okay.
One's
okay,
like
fine.
got purple on it. One's got like silver on it.
Okay, fine. I'm doing the Civil War one. Okay.
Okay,
Civil
nice.
War. Right.
That's my favorite one.
Right. So yeah. So I was like, oh yeah, man, the Black Panther suit. So the Black Panther suit. I didn't really think about it because I thought like Marvel's doing like
Clearly.
this oversaturation of CGI, but everything about it. But like seeing the Black Panther suit was like very like it looks like a very durable suit. It's just like this Wakandan suit, and it's just like it looks a completely new costume, because I don't think we've really seen that, but like we kind of see that with Spider-Man, but Black Panther does it a bit more, like because it looks like because it really matches up to the name to it, like Black Panther, because it is fast, he's strong as well, so like he's I was about to say gymnastic, but like athletic. There we go.
Yes.
Athletic.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, so and like you can see like the vibranium like how it looks
Sexy.
yeah yeah, so something like that. So like how like I didn't really think about it because like, oh, he's got a cool suit. I mean, yeah, but like with the claws and everything, like he has that, and it looks like a very cool feature to have in that one. So, and it looks really cool. I don't know what to say, but it just came to my mind for number four. But yeah, yeah, I don't know what to say more about it because
Yeah,
I really like the color of it. Like, um, it has that Wakandan tech to it. So
yeah,
technology.
I agree, man. I think if you follow either me on Twitter or the pod on Twitter, you'll see me tweeting quite frequently. Whenever someone talks about costume, I have said quite a few times, out of the two Black Panther suits, the Civil War one is vastly superior in my opinion. Not just does it like I'm not a huge fan of the whole like kinetic energy thing, that. Um that whole kind of like kinetic energy thing where like in Black Panther Infinity War and Endgame you can redistribute it. I think it's a little bit too overpowered and it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like sometimes it protects him, sometimes it doesn't. It's a whole thing. But I really love that original suit. I think the whole mystery of who he is and then revealing that it's T'Challa is wonderful. And the claws, he doesn't really use the claws in the other films, but you get that amazing like like the flex of his hands and the claws go in and out.
Yeah,
I love Black Panther in Civil War, and I'm in all honesty, I think Black Panther is the coolest that he has ever been in Civil War. Like the whole revenge plot line and his character arc is awesome, so
yeah,
cool, and I think
uh,
the costume really complements that.
yeah, and I really like that the suit. I said about this, like it's lightweight and extremely doable, and it brings the vibranium fabric to life. Like it feels alive to it. And like to understand the kind of tech. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
definitely. And it's a small thing, but in the other suit, he has his eyes showing, and I much prefer it when he has like the white, like contact like things in. I think it feels more panthery.
yes,
However, yeah, man, I would love to see whoever becomes the next Black Panther. Whatever the next Black Panther, whatever they decide to do, I think it would be so cool to see the cape from the comics with the collar, that would be so fun.
yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah. So what's your number four, Tom?
My number four, and this is actually on the thumbnail. My number Thor. It's not Thor. Sorry, it's my number four is Superman from Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now I want to be very clear. This is the Kingdom Come Superman, the Brandon Routh one,
Oh, the Kingdom
uh,
Come. Right. Okay.
and oh, I am in love with this suit. I mean, first of all, now obviously you talked about the DCEU Superman before and that suit, and I think what that suit is missing for me is a little bit of that comic book flair. And I know that, and I think that suit works wonderfully for the Snyder film. Snyder isn't going 100% for that comic book flair; he's going for a darker thing, and I think that's great. Um, but I love, this suit has the pants on the outside. It's got that wonderful kind of electric blue. It's got the beautiful raised shield, crest, the Superman crest with the black and red. And I just want to point out in Superman and Lois, the current Superman suit, it's very like it feels like it's very muscular. It feels like it's been very molded, and the S isn't raised. It's just kind of like there. And in my opinion, the S has to be raised. There's no question about it. And I love it. I think it's absolutely wonderful. It really like pops, and he has this kind of speech about how it's red and black instead of red and yellow, because he understands that hope isn't always there, and he understands that he's gone through stuff, but you get that amazing texture. It isn't just like the Christopher Reeve one, as I said before when you were talking about the Man of Steel one. It's not just like that. It has this wonderful texture to it, and I think it looks wonderful, man. Getting to see that Superman was so much fun with the original John Williams theme. It just added that extra layer for Crisis that I thought was so worth it. I loved it so much. And I think it's wonderful. I think it's one of the best Superman suits we've had. Sorry, I think it's the best Superman suit we've had, and I don't know whether they're going to do anything else with it, but I would love there to be more to this Superman. I've read Kingdom Come a long time ago, but I remember loving the Superman in that, and I loved Superman in Crisis. I just really hope that we get to see more from that suit, because I think it is wonderful. I think an older Superman is just so compelling, and the fact that he ages inside of his suit, a suit that normally kind of stays the same, is really cool to me.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I haven't read Kingdom Come.
Hmm,
Yeah. So,
it's good.
uh, yeah. So I'm also I've been interested to read that because a lot of people are saying, oh, it's so good. So yeah. So it's
Yeah,
kind of
no,
bit hard.
definitely.
Yeah. Well, it's expensive. Kingdom Come.
Is it?
Apparently. Yeah.
Yeah,
On
well,
Amazon.
I read my dad's copy. He's had that for years. So
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah. So um yeah, that's really cool.
yeah,
So
I definitely and I know that it's difficult because you haven't watched all the Arrow stuff, but I definitely recommend watching Crisis if you can, because like even if you just borrow the kind of DVDs from me, because like you get so much cool stuff even if you haven't seen it all. Like I think there's loads of like payoffs for loads of corners of DC, and not only seeing Brandon Routh in that cool suit, but seeing him again after Superman Returns, just it ooh, it's so
ooh.
cool. I'm a big fan. I love that suit so much.
Yeah, wow, yeah.
Yeah. So what's your number
Right.
three?
Now number three is Rorschach from Zack Snyder's Watchmen.
Ooh, you cheeky boy. Lovely. I love it.
Yeah. So this one, I watched Watchmen like 3 years ago, 2 years ago. I don't know, it's 4 years ago. And I was just amazed like with the design of Rorschach. But I didn't really read the graphic novel until like 2 years ago. Or 1 year ago, I don't know.
It was
So
uh it was 2018. I remember going to the shops to get in it.
yeah, you wanted to swap that minifigure, didn't you?
Yeah.
So
Hey, I've got the full collection of those minifigures now, so it was worth it.
oh, that's good. That's good. I did something there.
Yes, you did.
So what did it? Yeah. So yeah, I got the graphic novel and I read it, and I was just like, I had like more. It was more satisfying to read the graphic novel because with the film, like seeing Rorschach design, because it just looks amazing. Like with the mask, like moving, with the ink, or I don't know, like moving its
Yeah.
like with different patterns. Like it reflects back to the Rorschach test, like to see different patterns and see what it has. And like every time the pattern changes, like it conveys his emotions, right? So I think yeah. So that's a really cool design. Like he's got this hat, this cloak, and he's a messed up anti-hero. So yeah. So and it really adds that because he's like the detective, but he's also a vigilant, but like has this mask, and it's just like has that very uh, terrifying concept of him. So like the Rorschach test, like how do you see him? Like is he scary? Is he good? Or all that, and kind of adds that to that. So yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. I think you kind of brought this up with Black Panther. So many comic book costumes these days, you know, they have so much kind of it's either that they have a beautiful suit and it's painted over with CGI, or the suit is entirely CGI. And I think this is a kind of common thing. If it seems through both of our lists, is a lot of practical stuff, but I love Rorschach, the tangibility of Rorschach's outfit. Obviously there is CGI on the face itself, but when it interacts with stuff like rain and all these different environments, it looks amazing. And I think that's the same for all the suits in Watchmen. Obviously, Dr. Manhattan is a different story, but I think it adds to the grittiness of that world that all the suits are so tangible and real, and they don't feel like they've been pasted on at all.
Yeah. Um. yeah, it's kind of seeing it's kind of weird seeing that Rorschach mask, but it really reflects to the graphic novel. So yeah, so I
Yeah,
really like.
one year for Halloween. I dressed up as the T-800 from Terminator, and my friend dressed up as Rorschach. There's actually a picture of us both. It's quite cool. It didn't move.
Yeah.
The mask didn't move, but it was still pretty badass.
Right. Yeah. Wow. That's really cool. Right, Tom. What is your three?
My number three, old chap, is Wonder Woman from Wonder Woman 1984. Now, I want to be very
Oh, that
clear.
is.
This isn't the Golden Eagle suit. I thought the Golden Eagle suit
Oh,
looked wonderful.
let me name the golden suit. Right, that was worn by Asteria. Yeah,
That's
there we
right.
go.
It wasn't that suit. I thought that suit looks amazing, but it wasn't that functional. It didn't really serve that good of a role in the plot, and I thought it was a bit clunky. But the Wonder Woman suit in that, I think Wonder Woman's, if we take this all the way back to Zack Snyder and Batman v Superman, when he introduced Wonder Woman, her suit was wonderful. It takes that classic, spangly outfit from the original comics that is a very outdated outfit. It's very much like made by the male gaze, and it's meant to accentuate things that nowadays it isn't exactly favorable to have that in your kind of female superhero. And what I love about it is that suit, it it takes, like, just as I said before, it takes the spandex and it gives it the armor, it gives it that kind of Amazonian, like, Greek mythology kind of like Roman kind of like plating, and it takes like the really like tight pants and it makes it into more like of a tunic, and the wonderful like tiara and the gauntlets. It all looks great, and it looks great in Batman v Superman, Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and Wonder Woman. But for me, it looks the best in Wonder Woman 84. The colors are so much
Mm.
more lifted. The red really pops. You've got that wonderful gold. It works so well. And obviously, I think that, we spoke about it a few weeks ago. Wonder Woman 84 is flawed in so many ways, but that suit, it's wonderful. In the opening scene where she kind of takes out those bad guys in the mall, it just looks fantastic. Everything pops. The lasso works really well with it. And Wonder Woman is this embodiment of truth and hope. She is very much the kind of uh, especially in like Justice League and stuff, but in Wonder Woman, in Wonder Woman 84, her whole thing is about truth, and she's this linchpin of doing the right thing. And I think that suit exudes that, while having those beautiful golds and these Amazonian like textures that I think are just so incredible. It looks so good, and I don't see how any Wonder Woman thing could top it. Obviously, there was the original Wonder Woman suit in the TV show, which is like a lot older product of its time, but I think this one brings it into the modern world so much better. And I don't know if you've seen anything from the cancelled Wonder Woman TV show. Have you seen anything from the cancelled TV show?
I've seen images of it, like some
It
clips
that
of it.
that suit is just ridiculous. It like, people were comparing it to like porn parody like level Wonder Woman stuff, and I can't blame them. That suit looks dreadful, like, honestly, and I think they really really nailed that suit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, I agree with like everything about you said about like Wonder Woman 94. I mean the suit for it looks really cool because like it really fits into the mise en scène.
It
Um
does, it
yeah,
does.
yeah.
It
So
complements like the bright 80s that they're kind of going for.
yeah, like wait, what was Maxwell saying something? Like, oh, um
Life
the
is
future,
good, but it can be better.
yeah. That
Yeah.
that meme that meme is so
The best
that
thing to come out of Wonder Woman 84.
yeah.
So
Right.
what's
My
your number
number
two?
two. The Batman DCEU.
Ooh, Jeremy.
Ooh,
Oh
yes.
yeah. Okay, nice. Tell me about it. I'm interested. Why did you choose this suit over the other Batman suits? Talk to me.
So,
Come on.
right. So I kind of fine. I kind of cheated on the Batman DCEU because there's so many art concepts and other costumes to Ben Affleck's Batman.
There
So,
is.
first of all, I want to say like with the suit of like Ben Affleck when he's like not using the actual suit against go against Superman, but I'll talk about that. I really like that because it looks terrifying because he's just had that. It really reflects to the like from the Dark Knight Returns, so like has that very that posture, like this hunched, not that hunched posture, but like that. He looks that
Huge.
stance that he has, like that costume, that the colors that he's mixed with,
Yeah.
like that massive bat symbol, like it looks terrifying. So yeah,
No, I agree. I think it's a wonderful adaptation of the Dark Knight Returns suit, and I think I don't have any Batman suits on my list, but I think all the Batman suits are great, you know. And I think they all, I think especially that one might just be the most comic book accurate, maybe if you exclude Adam West. And I love the texture of it. You have like the obviously like the cloth texture, which is, you know, it's one of those things where like I love the armor, but after getting like five and four Batman suits in a row, or just four Batman in a row who all had like plated suits, armored suits, it's so cool to go back to that simplistic Batman design. And it has all these like scars and stitching upon it. You know, Batman's whole thing in Batman v Superman is that he's gone through so much. He's been there for 20 years in Gotham. And then you look at it, you look at that suit and that suit tells you that, you know, he's gone through so much and it's dark and it's scary and it's gritty. And even from the very first scene, you see that this isn't, you know, this ain't your grandpappy's Batman. This is like proper deep, like dark stuff, you know?
yeah, and I really liked the suit, uh, the armored suit going against Superman. That was really cool.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
it, yes, like the lights that he has, like for the eyes, for the suit.
Oh
That
man.
real
And the
that
way that
looks
go
that
on.
looks really cool. Yeah, that looks really
Yeah.
cool because but with like if you read like the Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo run or like any other Batman, like he has the white eyes that he has like
Yes.
to convey emotions or to see like his eyes moving. But this one, it looks really cool. Like it has bright lighting. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
think it's amazing. I particularly love how when it's smashed, you get that really nice kind of like half Bruce Wayne, half Batman thing with the voice modulator kind of like going in and out of it, where he's like, you know, you were never even a god, you were never even a man. You know, it's like oh, it's so good. I love it so much.
yeah. Hmm. Um, and I really liked the suit in the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not that armored, but like it has that he has the goggles, he has the arm. It's kind of a bit armored, but like it's really cool. You know, he knows that the fight isn't going to be that hard because I mean, he's got other people in the Justice League. You got Wonder Woman, you got Cyborg, you got Flash. So and Superman just comes and goes, not surprised. Oh, not
Not
disappointed.
impressed.
I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I think all the suits in Justice League look wonderful. I'm a sucker for the black suit, you know. That's great. But yeah, I think the goggles are a really nice little thing. Obviously, a lot of people are comparing it to Night Owl. I get that, but I do think it looks great. You know, it makes sense that Batman, he's about to go into like an alien war zone. He can't just wear that other suit. He's got to properly go for, you know, a tactical kind of sleek suit, and I like it.
yeah, and it's really cool because you know that one has a terrifying presence in the film. So like, oh right, when he's when Batman was in the place where he was trying to save those people in the cage, what were they used? No, that the police, they were helping these people, and you see Batman in the corner, like at the like in that on the roof, like the ceiling. You see him,
Yeah.
and it's like he moves and just like oof.
Yeah,
Oh.
he moves like a bat. It's pretty terrifying.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's my number two. Tom,
Amazing.
what is your number two, dear sir?
Well, my number two is Captain America, Sam Wilson, straight from Falcon and Winter Soldier. I I mean, just oh
Sorry.
oh
My number one is Captain America.
oh. All right, well, we'll talk about it at the same time. You get give me your number two.
Okay, so what?
Give me number two.
I did say my number two.
No, you didn't.
I said Batman.
Wait, who's your number three? Rorschach. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Oh,
okay, we'll talk about Captain America then.
okay, let's talk about
God,
Captain America.
I'm losing my mind.
You are losing your mind.
Okay, talk about Captain America. Let's do it.
Right, right, okay.
So
Wow.
I think first of all, I think Falcon suits in the MCU have been pretty good. You know, I think they definitely peaked with Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think that the Captain America suits likewise have been pretty good. I think, you know, the Winter Soldier one is definitely my favorite. But, you know, I think the Sam Wilson Captain America one is just on another level.
Yeah,
The
man.
I think the plating of it, the textures are so incredible. The way that immediately, you know, you don't see it for a whole episode. You have that suitcase, and then like the end of the episode gives you that tease, and then at the beginning of the next one, you know, you see it from afar, and then you get that beautiful, you know, shot of Sam standing up with a light behind him. I think in every shot, the suit just looks is so complemented by the light, the white and the blue. Really, everything shows up so well on it, and the wings they work so well. Like even in the action sequences, you know, the wings dig into the ground. They are used as shields. You got the shield itself. I think it all works so well, and it takes all the best parts of Falcon, all the best parts of Captain America, and it blends them together in an absolutely amazing way.
Yeah, like from the first scene on the in the last episode, like that opening, like see him like throwing the shield, and it rolls in, and you see the suit, you go, "Holy crap, that looks amazing!" Yeah,
It is wonderful. I think that, you know, there I was a little bit skeptical whether they would do it. You know, it's all white, you know, like from the comics, it looked a little bit like, you know, it felt like it was something the MCU wouldn't want to do, but they did it, and oh my god, I can't praise it enough. It just looks insane. I love the way that it's, you know, that it almost flips the script on the original Captain America one, which is kind of like predominantly blue with a bit of red and white. And I think, you know, then the Falcon one gives you the predominantly white one with like a bit more blue in it. It's different from the other Captain America one in all the right ways, and I think I think it has this kind of angelic quality when Falcon is flying. It feels like this kind of like, you know, the scene where he's kind of like he's lowering down and he's carrying Carly. It felt like this kind of old Renaissance painting or something. It's great. And then you have the two different red wings. Like the functionality works just as well as like how well it looks itself. And it works like perfectly into the themes of you know of the show, that you know that there can't be a black Captain America, and he redefines what it, you know, what it is to be Captain America in general. And I just think it's amazing, and I need every piece of merchandise of it. Like I don't know if you saw the Hot Toys Captain America that they revealed, but oh it looks incredible. It looks so cool.
yeah, and it looks like it. Like I read the issues from like the, you know, that the okay, so there's the Mighty Thor, the one with Jane Foster one, like that one. There was
Yeah.
like bits of like Captain America, like Sam Wilson, and it looks so similar to that one. So
Was
I'm
there?
like,
I don't remember
yeah.
that. I'm
Well,
gonna reread them.
yeah, it was sold in W. Smith. That's the shop we have in Britain. And They were doing that run and they were selling it there, so I
Oh,
got it,
brilliant.
and it was really cool. So yeah,
Nice. Amazing.
yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, no, it has the comic book accuracy that that you want in these kind of adaptations, but it also, it doesn't try and like bring it to the modern kind of like gritty world that a lot of stuff has done. But at the same time, it gives it that plating, as I've been saying repeatedly, it's not just spandex. And it looks I love it. I love it so much. I think
yeah,
it's
man.
amazing.
I think it's like the best portrayal for me because it's number one of like
Yeah.
a really good comic book design, and it just really matches up to the character arc of like Sam Wilson trying to be Captain America, and my God, it works
It
wonders.
does. It
Yes.
works so well. However, in my opinion, it's not quite the best comic book live action suit.
Oh, let's hear what Tom has to say for number one.
My number one, and this is like, to me, this is a no-brainer. It's Aquaman. Oh my God. This
Wait,
suit is amazing. Okay, so
wait,
I think
wait.
the
I'm
oh,
sorry to
oh,
interrupt.
no, go on.
Um, the James Wan film, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm very surprised you said that because, I mean, there's so many other comic book, but like he's
All
okay.
right. Let me
I want to hear
let
what
me
you say.
explain my choice here to you. So obviously, I thought the one in Justice League was cool. It works for that film. I like the textures of it all. Um, but immediately the thing with Aquaman is in the comics, less so recently, but definitely the classic comics, he looks goofy. He does, he's got that like orange and green suit with a trident. He's not always been that threatening. Like, I definitely think, especially reading the New 52 Justice League run, he looks so much cooler there. But by God, I was so skeptical that they could do it with Jason Momoa. I was like, really? Is he gonna pull it off? And yes, oh yes, he pulls it off so very well. The colors are so vibrant. They don't care that it's green and orange and like with yellow in there, and they don't care that it looks stupid on the page. They translate it so well with all these amazing scaly textures and the practicality of it. They don't paint over it with CGI, which is amazing. Even the Captain America suit, which we just talked about, I love, but even that has quite a bit of CGI to kind of keep it together, especially the cowl piece. But the Aquaman suit, no, none of that. The water, obviously, the first scene you see him wearing it, he steps out of the waterfall and he bangs his trident on the rock, and the water is beautifully cascading over it, and it looks amazing, whether it's like on land or in the sea, and it sticks out, and it has like amazing like gauntlets with like fins on it, and the trident itself, beautiful in gold, and it doesn't pull any of those punches. I think Aquaman's costumes in general, maybe apart from Mira, are all wonderful. They're really comic book accurate, and they have like the scales and the colors that you would expect. But I think immediately seeing it in the waterfall and then underwater and then like on a stormy kind of like front where the final battle takes place, you can see immediately that it looks great in so many different settings, and the light reflects off it so well. It's shiny, but it doesn't look too like obnoxious. It doesn't look like he's like some sort of glittery fairy. It's just wonderful. He can move in it for the action scenes, and I just think it's so astounding that they made something so stupid in the comics look so amazing on screen. I just can't get enough of it. The first time that he comes and he's riding that giant, Mary Poppins beast, and he's just like, he's got the trident like held aloft. It just looks like ripped straight out of a comic. And I love it when source material manages to take liberties with it. As I've said, no spandex. It gives it kind of an armored look, but at the same time, He hits every beat from the property itself. Similarly to the Captain America Sam Wilson suit, it's ingrained into the film itself. The whole Aquaman film is about becoming the king and taking up the trident and the suit and kind of progressing along. And it works so well into all of that, and I just think it's amazing. I don't know. I don't know if they're thinking about changing it for Aquaman 2, but they better not because I think it looks incredible. It's far and away my favorite comic book suit. I love it. I just love it.
Wow, that's very unexpected, but that's a very good point about Aquaman's suit, like when he gets the trident and everything. So
I love it so
yeah,
much. So
wow,
cool.
uh,
Yeah, so that's that, I guess.
wow,
So yeah,
that's a very good list.
that's our best live action comic book costumes. Um and
Funny enough,
yeah,
sorry, funny
go on.
enough, for my number five, I was gonna put Deadpool, but
Me
then I was like,
too.
what?
Yeah, I had Deadpool on there for like 2 days, and then I was like, oh yeah, but the Wolverine exists. I
Oh my
think
god,
as an honorable mention, I think Deadpool has a wonderful
yeah.
suit. It's amazing.
Let's talk about a little bit about Deadpool. I mean,
Great suit.
Deadpool. I mean,
Great
it's
suit.
simple, but yet really fits into the character because the fourth wall breaking character and like the suit, like the mask really depicts his emotions very funny.
Yeah,
So,
and it's amazing how he like it fits into the story. He wants to hide his face, but at the same time, it's not too kind of like they don't waste much time like making sense out of it. They don't kind of it's not like the MCU Spider-Man where he has like those electronic eyes that move. The eyes just kind of move, like they don't really care about that and I think it looks great.
yeah.
So cool.
So
Yeah, I had
yeah.
loads of ideas. I wanted to put the Flash from Flash season 6. I wanted to
Mm,
put Iron Man
yeah.
Mark 5, the suitcase one, definitely one of my favorite Iron Man suits. Spider-Man from Amazing Spider-Man 2. There are so many cool costumes out there. Definitely, comment in the or email us, comment or email, what's your favorite suit? What do you think about our picks? If you want us to do other kind of costume videos, I think that'd be loads of fun.
Yeah.
You know what we could talk about? Star Wars or something, but like I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Um yeah. So I now we're moving on to the weekly viewing. So
Yes.
ladies and gents, I'm so sorry I didn't get a chance to watch anything because I've been so busy with work. And so please, Tom, take over the stage.
Well, I want to say we forgive you, John. But, if you think of anything that you've read or anything like that, please go for it. But I want to talk about a TV show that I watched called I May Destroy You. Now, this is a show
Oh,
that yeah, right. This is a show on BBC iPlayer for those in England. I'm pretty sure it's an HBO for those in America. I'm not really sure. You might have to kind of dig around a bit to find it, but this is a 12 episode kind of mini series. There might be a season 2. I hope there's not, but it is genius. It has an incredible commentary on society, gender, race, sexuality, loads and loads of different things, that real like poignant and important issues for society, and it tackles them with so much sensitivity and realism. Like I feel like so many of these there is an episode in high school. It's an episode that kind of flashes back to high school, and I really felt like, oh, I knew these kinds of people when I was in high school. It really feels that these are people who could exist and people who are going through real life harrowing problems. It's a show about memory and it takes the kind of I talked a couple of weeks ago about Fleabag, which I think is an excellent show, and I think it takes kind of the kind of aspect of Fleabag in terms of like memory and the power of it and the pain of it, but it brings it into a darker, grittier, real world where the pain is so much more prevalent. And while Fleabag has the comedy, I May Destroy You just not pull any punches, and it it's super emotional, and it doesn't bat away from the hard truth. I thought it was absolutely amazing, and the final episode is, oh, it is such a work of art. The way that it deals with psychology and your own mentality, like what is inside your brain is amazing. And the way that it demonstrates catharsis and growth and friendship and just family is amazing without having to like delve into everything. So am I making you cry here, John? I'm so sorry. um
What?
it's like I heard you give a little sniff and I was like, oh, I'm making him cry. It does everything so well without having to kind of beat you over the head with a lot of things. You have to go in with a sophisticated mindset. You're not going to be spoon-fed everything. And I definitely think that was something that I had to, you can't just like watch it and have your phone on. You got to be like, watching it. And yeah, I mean, I think if I didn't give this a 10 out of 10, I can't think of something I didn't like. I'd have to give it a 10 out of 10. It's a wonderful, wonderful show. It's incredibly harrowing to watch, and it's difficult to watch, but I respect it so much. I'm pretty sure it's written, directed, and starring Michaela Coel, and she's done something incredible that I think only comes around all not often enough. It's an important thing that people have to watch, people have to understand, and I loved it so much. It's incredible.
Wow. Right. That's
Yeah,
okay. Wow.
it's amazing.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think what I've read. Um. Oh yeah. I didn't talk about this.
Ooh,
Um. Deathstroke.
ooh,
The
nice.
first volume written by Christopher Priest. I
This
don't think
is
I've talked.
this is Rebirth, right?
Yeah, Rebirth. So okay, so yeah, this one. I've read the graphic novel a few weeks ago, and
My
it's
God,
just
it's raining. Sorry.
it is raining.
It's
Wow,
it's it's it coming down in steroids, isn't it?
yes. So right, so this graphic novel is very, very different, and it really depicts Slade Wilson in a very darker way. So and it works really well. Like you find out about more about Slade's background, and like how he got his eye, like his eye left eye, no, his right eye, because I'm not gonna spoil it, but
Let's just say
like
it's personal. Oh, my
it
voice
is
did not survive that.
it
That
is personal. No,
was
I
a
can't
very
do it.
voice breaking moment for me. Let's
Yeah,
just say it's personal. Nope.
yeah.
Voice breaking today. Help.
Let's say it's
Ah!
just personal. No, no, it's like let's just say no. Let's just say it was personal.
Let's
I
just
don't
say
know.
it's personal.
Yeah,
We
but
could be voice actors.
it's not Batman who made him got this eye out.
Ah, interesting.
So it's a very different one. So it's really cool, and it really explores about Slade's family and how he, that solved problems with it, and it has a very big plot twist at the end, and it's great. And you really explore more about another character that he has, like kind of like a butler. You can see like the just juxtaposition, like Batman and Alfred. So Deathstroke has this butler called, or assistant called, Wintergreen, and he's
Right.
British, stupid
He's
in it.
British. He likes his tea and crumpets.
I can't fit in it, bro. Yeah. So this one, it's weird because they're a lot older, and because Slade was a soldier in the 70s, and he was tested to be an experiment, but like in the present, like where he is, he has this. He's old. He's not old, but he doesn't. He's still powerful though. He's got that. He's still got moves. Yeah, and but I really like the writing as well, because I feel like the writing is a bit more mature. and it really fits to. Oh wow, it's really heavy. It's
It
heavy.
really.
It's very.
Sorry if you guys can hear this rain right now. It's definitely thrashing it down. I was trying to think of another way that Paddington uh talks about rain, but alas, I cannot.
So yeah. And like I read the New 52. I read a few graphic novels from the New 52. It's enjoyable to read, but I felt like it was a bit out of touch with Slade's character a bit. Like there was a lot of action going on, but like with the writing as
Yeah,
well. I was
he's
like,
more like a mindless machine.
yeah, but this one, like in the Rebirth, it you can finally understand a bit more about Deathstroke. And I really like that. And yeah, it just works because a lot of people don't find. Do they find Deathstroke interesting? I don't know. But
Well,
like
I mean,
the
Warner Brothers certainly don't. Am I right? Because
yeah,
Deathstroke's going to have his own film, but then they cancelled it.
bro,
Yeah,
that's a sad day. Um,
definitely
so
is.
yeah, so I give this graphic novel volume one, 8 out of 10. Like with the writing, with the characters, I really liked, and there was one surprising character that was in it. So
Ooh,
yeah, yeah.
nice.
So and it kind of follows up to the graphic novel Batman versus Deathstroke. So
Oh, nice,
yeah,
nice. So
yeah,
I've also actually read a graphic novel this week,
yeah.
and this one, I guess this is concluding the trilogy. Weeks ago, I talked about The Dark Knight Returns, and then a couple weeks ago, I talked about Dark Knight Strikes Again, which I did not
Ah,
like. And now
I didn't
finally,
expect that.
the circle is complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master. I read Dark Knight Master Race, and it was so much better than Dark Knight Strikes Again. It was more focused. It was, immediately it started ticking off, like taking out element, there were so many different things, from the first one and as from the second one, sorry. And they started taking out things that just didn't work from that. And I thought that was wonderful. They kind of secluded Wonder Woman off in her own bit. They kind of made it very clear who was doing what, and they shrunk the Atom, and they deal with all the like plethora of characters. And they very much toned down the news stuff, and they focus it very much on the characters and what's going on. And I think because of that, this might be, it's definitely my favorite in terms of art wise. I think the art's wonderful. It definitely isn't as kind of sporadic and kind of, as I said, the other one felt very male gazy a little bit, kind of too like erotic. Whereas this one kind of, it feels like there's a lot many more panels that I really liked in terms of like their scope and scale, and the way that it furthers the characters' journeys. It doesn't it feels more natural, whereas in the other one it felt like just randomly people were like, okay, so Robin is now Catgirl. It was like, well, what's happening? Whereas this one, the journeys all made sense, and I think it wrapped up the trilogy in a really satisfying way. I feel like I would have been more invested in some of the Kryptonian stuff had the other one done better. And I think, like so many amazing trilogies, it depends on the other ones. But I think it did give a really satisfying conclusion. I'm really happy with how it ended. Um, the way that each character story was wrapped up, and all the philosophical stuff kind of coming back around. Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought it was a big step up, and yeah, I think I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I don't think that as a whole, the whole trilogy wasn't quite up to scratch with my expectations, but it is a beloved trilogy by many, or just a beloved first one at the very least by many. So yeah, I thought it was great. And now I'm on to reading Saga, and I'll talk about that when I've
Oh,
finished it in a
Saga.
few weeks. But it's it's one of the best graphic novels I've ever read ever. It's so good. I love it so much. And I just every night I'm so excited to read more. It's one of just the most fresh and unique and just best graphic novels I've read in so long. And I can't wait to talk about it on the pod.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I read Master Race in December or January, and yeah, I really enjoyed that one because it just works so well. Yeah, I didn't talk about that, but it was really good. I really like the drawing, the art of it,
Yes.
but like, oh my god, the drawing in strikes again.
I'm so sorry I
Uh,
had to get you that for Christmas. I really am so sorry.
that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I was in quarantine, self
You
isolating for
were.
1 week, and
You
then
were.
Tom gave me the graphic novel, and I was like, "Am I? Do I have COVID or am I high reading this comic?" Uh, um, yeah, but okay. Weirdly enough, I enjoyed reading it for the first time, but now I look back to it, I was like, "Oh,
No, I
oh,
get that. I get that. The thing is with me when I read comics is it doesn't take long for me to forget what happens. And then if I read it a second time, my opinions normally change drastically. Like when I read Justice League New 52 volumes. So I read volumes 1, 2, and 3 many times and I loved them. And then I read 4, 5, and 6 again. And when I first read 4, 5, and 6, I thought, it's all right. And then I reread it and I was like, no, this is actually great. So like, yeah, I know what you mean. I definitely reread comics and have a much better time second time round.
hmm, yeah." So, uh, yeah. So hopefully, well, not this week, but the next week after, I'm going to be finished with everything, like with my work, and I could be more relaxed, and I can tell a lot more films that I've watched.
Well,
So I've
hopefully.
got a lot of films to watch. Apparently, like I've been ordering 2 films from Quentin, like Hateful Eight, Kill Bill, Only God Forgives, and more of that as well for the next coming weeks.
Ooh,
So
that sounds great. Well, we're actually I mean, this takes us quite well into the outro. We're actually recording 2 episodes in a row next week, because I'm off on holiday. So next week we're going to be doing Army of the Dead, and then the week after that we're going to be talking about our best cinema experiences. So another ranking. So there'll be no Bad Batch on that week because obviously we're filming it ahead of time. But we will be talking about a little bit of news and probably more weekly viewing than normal. Um, but yeah, so thank you everyone for watching. As always, if you enjoyed, please like the video and consider subscribing. Hit the bell if you want to see more. All that stuff. You can get in touch with us, and for our email segment that comes about once in every 1,000 years, you can email us at ourstimefilmpod@gmail.com or get in touch or just follow us on Twitter or Instagram at ourstimefilmpod. I'm Tom the Boardman on Twitter.
I am Comedy John 42 on Twitter, even though I don't
Yes,
use
you
it.
are.
But
No, you don't
yeah,
use it. I respect that. I really do.
yeah,
I do. I use it. But there we go. And yeah. So next week is Army of the Dead
yes.
and Bad Batch
Pretty
episode
excited to
4.
talk about that.
Yeah,
So
me
yeah,
too. And we've already covered 6 of Zack Snyder's films: Dawn of the Dead, 300, Watchmen, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Justice League. So if you want to watch those pods, you can go back and listen to us talk about all of that. We did a Zack Snyder extravaganza a while back, so there's a lot to kind of watch and enjoy for those. And yeah, stay safe as always.
right.
In Everyone enjoy yourself at the cinema. If you're in the
Yes,
UK, if you're going back to cinema, have fun.
have fun,
Go
guys.
watch Nomadland. It's great. Judas and the Black Messiah. It's great. Godzilla v Kong. Haven't seen it. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, but watching those cinemas, like if it's a bad film or a great film, I don't care. I want to be back in the cinemas.
Yeah,
Okay.
it really doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I've heard Mortal Kombat is really bad, but I'm gonna see it anyway just because I want to know
Yeah,
what it's
I'm gonna
like.
see it anyway because I really like the game series. So
Hell yeah. I've never even
yeah,
played the games. I just want to see a film that I haven't seen before at the cinema. Like I kind of regret watching Nomadland and Judas and the Black Messiah. I could have waited till cinemas were open. But there we go.
yes.
So yeah, anything else to say?
Uh, please be safe. Wear a mask. And if you're watching the film at cinemas, please wear a mask because we want
Yes.
to be safe as
We
well.
cinemas to stay open. And if not, we're gonna blame you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right, you listening.
Yeah, you listening. Wash your
Stephen.
hands. Hey, what you doing? What you doing with your hands? Wash them. Okay,
Whoa,
okay.
whoa.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, and we will see you all next week. And without further ado, take what you're given.
Give it some back.
Did you forget? Were you just like, I think there's something else to say here.
No, 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 no.
Goodbye.
Bye.